Good morning, students. Today we will take the chapter of class 10, chapter 7, Glimpses of India. The writer of this story is Lucio Rodrigo. This chapter is in 3 parts. A baker from Goa, a baker from Goa, second is food, and third is tea from Assam. This part of the chapter gives a vivid picture of traditional Goan baker. He has maintained his significance even in the present society. In Goa, some of the traditions and customs are based on earlier Portuguese society. The different occasions in Goa society mark the different nature of the role and importance of bakers. The festivals, social and family functions provide a special occasion for the bakers. Today we will discuss the first part, a baker from Goa. Goa and Portuguese traditional life. The Portuguese social life has left a great impact on Goa. The traditions in their society can be seen in the Goan life of modern life also. Portuguese were very popular as bread bakers. There are furnaces used to bake bread. The work of the bakers marks an important link between the present Goan life and the traditional life of the Portuguese. People call the bakers pader. In the author's childhood, a baker had an important place for children. The baker used to visit twice a day. The sound of his bamboo would wake the children up. The children used to run to meet the baker. These children lived the bread bangles of special sweet bread. The baker supported the basket of bread on his head. His one hand carried the bamboo and banged it on the ground. The baker would greet the lady of the house and place the basket aside. He had a variety of loaves for the people of all ages group. Sweet bread known as bol was used as gift in various parties. A feast or a party had no charm without bread. On the occasion of the engagement of a daughter, the lady of the house made sandwiches of bread. Bread in the form of cakes was considered a must on the Christmas festival. All these things show how essential the presence of a baker was. In those days, the bread seller used to wear a special dress. It was known as kabai. It looked like a frock that reached down to the knees. Some of the bakers wore shirts and trousers which were shorter than the usual. The bakers were called pader. The profession of a baker was profitable. He used to collect the bills at the end of the month. His family never starved. They always looked happy and prosperous. Usually they had plum physique. These are the activities. What parts of India have you lived in or visited? Can you name some popular tourist destination as you are living in Uttarakhand? You can give place Haridwar or Char Dham, Badrinath, Kedarnath, etc. You may know that apart from the British, the Dutch and the French, the Portuguese have also played a part in the history of our country. Can you say which part of India showed French and Portuguese influence? Yes, in Goa. Can you say which part of India grew tea or coffee? You know which part is famous for tea or coffee? Can you tell me? Yes, Assam. So in this chapter we will study about about all three parts: a baker from Goa, Coorg, or tea from Assam. Now, first of all, we will take first part. A baker from Goa. This is a pen portrait of traditional Goan village baker who has an important place in his society. Our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days, the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. Now our elders, from our elders we have listened किसके बारे में, thinking only of the past of the Portuguese days and Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, disappeared, but the makers are still there. But the makers are still in Goa. We still have almost amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. They are living there. Some are mixers, molders, and some who bake the loaves. Those is old time tested furnace still exist. Furnace ovens are also there. The fire in the furnace had not yet been extinguished, blown out. The third and jingle of third means a low dull sound. The traditional baker's bamboo heralding announcing his arrival in the morning. In the morning time, we can know that there are bakers with their jingle sound can still be heard in some places. They can be heard nowadays also. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. Their son carries the same profession of baking bread. These bakers are even today known as pedder in Goa, and these bakers are called pedders. During our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion, and guide. Now the writer said at that time, when they are in childhood, at that time they are friend, companion, and guide. He used to come at least twice a day. 2 times they came. Once when he served in the morning on the selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket, who is very big. They came 2 times, first in the morning time when they sell it, and second time when they returned with their basket empty. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke up us from sleep. From the jingling sound, they woke up, and we ran to meet and greet him. Greet means welcome. Why was it so? Why did they welcome? Was it for the love of the loaf? Not at all. The loaves were brought by some Pastin or Bastin, the maid servant of the house. But we longed for, but those bread bangles do underline, they wanted bread bangles which we chose carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread of special made. Sometimes its tasted very sweet. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with the jang jang sound of his specially made bamboo staff. A musical entry. The bakers made his musical entry on the scene with the jang jang. When they entered, at that time there was a musical sound. One hand supported the basket on his head, and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. He would greet the lady of the house with good morning, and they also wish the lady of the lady owner of the house, and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. Wickets would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke, and the loaves would be delivered to the servant, and in that way they gave that bread, loaves of the bread to the servant, but we would not give up. We would climb a bench or parapet and peep into the basket. We would climb a bench or the parapet, and after that we saw, we would not give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet, look into the basket. Somehow I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children, and they now can realize the typical fragrance of the loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. At that time, they didn't care whether they brushed or washed their mouth. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? And why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth, and now he says that tiger never brushed his teeth, thought he could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. And when they drank tea at that time, their teeth is clean. So students, you are able to understand this. Thank you.